Hello and welcome again to It's Just Our Opinion. I'm Ray Long, your host. This is our 56th show. I appreciate you tuning in. If you like it, I hope you'll share it with your family, friends, even your neighbors. If you like it. If you don't like it, share it anyway. Hey, last time I was on here, I was talking about I had some eggs hatching. As you can see, I'm still here beside the incubator. This is actually on day 8 of my second batch of chickens. We had 48 eggs in the incubator the last time we talked, and of course I don't know if I really went into a lot of detail, but I wasn't really sure my rooster that I had with my hens was fertile, so believe it or not, they wouldn't. Out of those 48 eggs, I only had 7 that hatched, and 2 of those didn't make it. That when they come out, they just had some issues with the shell still connected to them, and they didn't make it. But we did get 5, and I tell you what, they are some pretty little babies right here. Right here, I don't know if they're roosters or a hen, and it really don't matter at this stage. But I got 5 of them. 3 looks like this, and then I got 2 of my little silkies. And they're gonna be just white. And that's what we really want, is a bunch of these silkies. But right now, in this little incubator here cooking again, I have got 36 silky eggs hatching. I'm hoping they hatch, and I've got a dozen of my regular chickens off my red rooster. So the rooster didn't have the eggs, the hens did, but I'm hoping that the rooster's gonna be daddy to them 12, and they'll all hatch. So, 5 out of 48 is really not good odds. I'm not real good at this hatching stuff. But we've tried it several years ago and didn't have a whole lot of luck. I think we ended up with about 12 or 14 maybe out of a batch like this, a whole 48. So we just kind of give up back in, and hadn't had any luck with hens sitting. They'll sit, but they won't sit long enough, and they'll get up or something will disturb them. Got 48 cooking here, and got 5 in the pot down here. So hey, let's hope a lot of these will hatch, and we'll have a lot more. I love to watch chickens run. Now, I go out in the yard, and Regina can't understand this, but I can stand there for 30, 40 minutes and just watch them run and catch bugs and stop and scratch. And, to me, that's just fun. I like doing that. It's just kind of relaxing to just watch them do that. So, like I said, I got 5 babies here. I'll get to watch them in about a month. I'll be able to turn them out, and hoping to get some more here to go with what we already got. So y'all wish me luck on this hatching. Let's hope we get more than the 5. Hey, the NFL draft is coming. It's next week. April the 29th is when it starts. And, a lot of talk, especially here in Alabama, is about Mac Jones. We heard of Mac Jones all last year, won a championship at Alabama. Really, really good quarterback. And so, he's, they say, may go in the top 3 or 4 this year. He may not, but he could be. That's the talk, which just the talk of him going that high is really neat. The 49ers, I think, showing a big interest in him. That's who everybody thinks is going to take Mac Jones. And so, we'll have Tua in Miami and Mac Jones down in San Francisco. So we'll see how that goes. And, what's really interesting is, I think Mac Jones is good. I was proud of him all year, and I think all Alabama fans was. He got the ring for him. But to hear an old Alabama quarterback talk about him, Joe Namath, and everybody knows of Joe Namath, especially if you my age, 60 years old or older, everybody knows Joe Namath. But Joe Namath is saying Mac Jones is really good. Really. He is comparing him to Tom Brady. And now, if Mac Jones turns out to be as good as Tom Brady in the pro, he going to get him some more rings. He's going to be good. But, hey, let's pull for Mac next week, April the 29th, when the draft starts. Let's hope he's one of the first 3 or 4 that they call out, and he gets the big check, because we pull for them Alabama boys to go high in the draft. Hey, speaking of football, now this is really unusual for me. I mean, Herschel Walker. Now everybody knows Herschel Walker. You know, he played for Georgia, super football player. But the rumor is now he's fixing to get into politics. Now, we don't do a lot of politics on here. We do some, but not a lot. But Herschel Walker is thinking about running for the Senate as a Republican in the state of Georgia. Now, former President Trump is really pushing him. He's already supporting him and trying to encourage him and trying to get nobody else to run against him in the Republican primary. Of course, if he won the primary, then he would have to run against Senator Ralph Warnock that just won this past year in the special election. So let's keep an eye on that and see if we have another football player running for the Senate. You know, we got a football coach up there from Alabama. Somebody, what's his name? He's from Auburn. Tuberville, Coach Tuberville. And y'all know we had Coach Tuberville on our show twice during the campaign. So let's see what happens to Herschel. You know, my wife and I, we sit around and watch TV. To be honest with you, we actually have the TV on more listening to it while we're reading than we actually watch it. But we've been watching this thing. We watched it last year, and we've been watching this year. Married at First Sight. Now, it's really hilarious to watch some of these people because they don't even know each other when they come and get married. And then they have to live together for 8 weeks, and then they decide if they want to stay married or get divorced. Well, they right now in their 7th week. Next week they got to decide if they're gonna stay married or get divorced. Now, I just encourage you to watch it a few times and just laugh with us because, man, that's some wild stuff. I mean, this one guy has went back with his ex-girlfriend because she's pregnant, and they all three come together and had a meeting. Then he decided he went back with this one, but I mean, it's just funny. You got to watch it. I tell you what, I think these people that get on these shows, they got to have some issues before they sign up for a show. Like, go on TV to marry somebody you have never met. Hey, I'm going to tell you what, though, as sad as it is, Regina and I are going to be at the TV next week to see who stays married and who gets divorced because we ain't watched it this 8 weeks for nothing. We ain't giving it up. They even got one in Married at First Sight in Australia. We've been watching that too. And I think a lot of it's because we like to hear how they talk. You know, they just talk different than we do. But they weird too. But it's really neat, you know, to watch something like that. Now, hummingbirds. We put our hummingbird stuff out a few weeks ago, and so far we've only seen one or two flying around. And of course we've had some cold weather here and warm weather, and they get cold again. So I guess they kind of confused. But you know, we excited waiting on the hummingbirds to come. We like to watch them little things fly down there and suck that juice out and take off and everything. But I was reading something a while ago about hummingbirds that I didn't know. And I don't know if you know or not. Some of y'all may know it, but I didn't know it. Hummingbirds are the only known bird that can fly backwards. Now, you know, when you start thinking about it, when they go in and get that juice out of the container, they have to back up because if they didn't, their nose is hung in there and they couldn't fly either way. So they do fly backwards. The only known bird. Just read it on the internet, so it's got to be true. But watch them next time. You never see a robin fly backwards or a quail or anything else never fly backwards. But a hummingbird, it can fly backwards. Look it up if you don't believe me. I've seen it on the internet. Well, listen, I appreciate you tuning in. Always have fun doing this. I hope if you like it, you'll share it with your family, your friends, your neighbors, and share it with people you don't even like. You know, I just enjoy you watching it. Look, we sell a lot of stuff here today. I'm going to show you another chicken as we go. The chicken's talking too, but you can't understand it. We sell a lot of stuff here today, though. But look, don't get upset about it. It's just our opinion.